G'day guys, Brendan from On Point Adventures. Anyone who knows me knows I don't mind touching on the more controversial parts and points of fishing, and this one is no different. This is the 3 don'ts of beach fishing etiquette, or fishing in general. Now before we kick this off and I start going into my 3 major pet hates, I want you to comment down below what your pet hates of fishing etiquette is. So what are the golden rules that you believe should never be broken in fishing? Comment below. I want to hear them, at big or small. I want to hear them all. Anyway guys, let me get into the 3 don'ts of fishing. Let's go. Right, number 1, don't drop in. It's pretty simple. If you've seen that someone has built their camp for the night and they've got all their rods out and so forth, and you're driving past and you see them potentially, I don't know, hook up to a fish or whatever, don't be that guy that pulls up only 20-30 meters away like this one and start fishing. Just because someone else is on the fish, it doesn't mean you need to drop in too. A lot of people like myself put a lot of effort into finding the right spots to chase fish. We get here early. In fact, I usually get 3 hours before my anticipated first cast, drive up and down beaches. I'll probably waste a good hour driving beaches. Just got to make sure that rod's not flickering behind me. And all that time, what I'm looking for is a spot that's my own. Now, I know I don't own the beach, I get it. However, let people have their space. It's really not that hard. I put so much time and effort in, as does everyone else. If I see someone else in one of the spots that I anticipated to fish and I'd driven 300 kilometers to get there, if they're there first, they're there first. I'm not going to pull up 10, 20, 30, 40, even 200 meters away from them. I'm going to go find my own secluded part of the beach. That's the beauty of fishing on the beach with 4-wheel drives. You can find your own spots where you don't have to be around anyone else, not worry about anyone, have a nice quiet time with you and your mates, and essentially just have a great old night, hopefully getting into the fish. But there's number 1. Let's get into number 2. Number 2. Now, should you find yourself at a metro beach or somewhere like North Mole or something where there's a whole heap of people fishing and you can't find your own secluded part of the beach, then you need to do, I guess, something to, you know, fish quietly and still by yourself. And this is what you're not to do. If you see someone hooking a fish that's right next to you, don't be the dickhead and cast over right where you saw them land a bait. That's not on. Not only are you going to piss that person off, you're going to cause tangles, you're going to cause all sorts of problems that no one else wants to deal with. Cast straight in front of you. Don't try and poach spots. Very similar to number 1, but number 2 is even more frustrating, because when you've got so many people shoulder to shoulder, you rely on people casting straight. If it's an accident, then so be it. If it's not, you don't have to worry about that rod, it's just got weed. If it's not an accident and you've done it on purpose, then you are not a very good fisherman. Guys, you don't need to snipe someone's spot. You really don't. Let's get into number 3. Now, number 3 is probably going to be the most touchy subject of all, and it's one that everyone needs to recognize the most. Let's get into number 3. I might just get this weed off the line first, actually. Now, number 3. Number 3 is an unwritten rule that you should know anyway, yet a lot of anglers either choose to not know it, ignore it, or just completely just be, in my opinion, the lowest of low. And that is, if someone is showing you the decency to take you to one of their spots, don't tell anyone else about it, and certainly don't bring your mates back to it. Very quickly, spots can get fished out. And if someone's given you the time of day or showing you the decency to show you one of their little spots, regardless of whether you think it's fantastic or terrible or secret or not secret, it's your duty to not tell anyone else. Now, you guys might think that I'm being a whinger here or whatever, and I'm good with that. But I can tell you what, there's nothing more frustrating than showing someone a beautiful spot that you anticipate to keep fishing. And then next time you rock up, there they are in the spot with a whole group of their mates. Now what you got to remember, they'll turn around here and say, oh, but I've just shown one mate. But that one mate will then show their one mate, and their one mate will show their one mate, and their one mate will show their one mate, and the just keeps going and going and flowing and flowing. And eventually everyone's mate knows about that particular spot. And trust me, I've seen some of the best fishing spots completely ruined because of this. Guys, if you get shown a spot, this isn't rocket science. Don't show anyone else. Pretty simple stuff. I'm lucky enough to fish with a group of fantastic people. I fish with guys like Rush Gang Fishing Jack. I fish with my mate Neil, and they all know the unwritten rules, and I can trust that I can take them to my most favourite spots that I've never shown anyone, and it'll go no further than them. Guys, these are the 3 biggest sins of fishing etiquette that I think exist. Sure, there's a whole heap more, and I'd love to hear them down below if you can think of any other fishing sins, but they're my biggest pet hates. Anyway guys, until the next episode, I'll catch you later. Keep on fishing.